Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Success Mentorship Class number 418. Wow. Wow. This is Dr. Herbert Harris, and I want to welcome each and every one of you on YouTube, those on Zoom and Instagram. Today is an incredible day because we have a special guest who's going to share a powerful message. But before I get into that, I want to just say that the topic that he's sharing today is turning pain into power. And that's a topic that really got my attention because when I was introduced to Tony Robbins, I had a friend who shared a phrase with me that was very similar. And that phrase made me go to see Tony Robbins, even though I did not really want to. But it also encouraged me to the point that I actually walked over 16 feet of hot coals. So phrases can have great impact on your life, and turning pain into power totally got my attention. So we're going to hear from that in a moment. But one, I want to invite those who are listening online to be sure to visit our website, herbertharris.com, and schedule a success presentation, a success consultation. I'm calling it a life consultation. And share with me, and I'll share with you some thoughts. And maybe we'll be able to work together to help you transform your life. Also, thank you so much, all of you who have contributed to our 82nd birthday anniversary legacy program. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you. And because of you, you're helping us take this message, the message from the Success Mentorship classes to the entire world, letting the world know some of the things that you've been learning and some of the powers that we've all been sharing together. So now, before we get started, let us do our meditation to get us centered on where we need to be to hear this powerful message. So let's close our outer eyes, open our inner eyes. Take a deep breath and hold it. Let it out slowly. Take a deep breath and hold it. Let it out slowly. And in this space of peace and relaxation, we affirm, I am at peace with myself. Let us affirm that together. I am at peace with myself. Once more, I am at peace with myself. And let that peace sink in. And in this state of peace and relaxation, my mind is open, receptive, and ready to learn. Let us affirm that together. My mind is open, receptive, and ready to learn. Just let that sink in. And in this spirit and in this vibration of peace and openness and communication, we say, and so it is. All right. Let me pull up Rodney because Rodney's spoken before. Rodney and Dawn have been married. They're, I'll call them the power team, the power couple. And I've had the blessings, the opportunity to watch them develop and knowing them over the years. And Rodney has really been evolving as a speaker and shared some powerful, powerful messages. So today, Rodney, I am looking forward to your power message, turning pain into power. So take it away, my friend.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Everybody can hear me clearly?
Yes.
Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Harris, for the opportunity. And thank to Dawn for actually trying to twist my arm into be on this morning. So she made it, Lord, why you may have a wife. You don't want no pain, so you do what they want to make them happy. So no pain, no gain. So I still thank you for that. And it's good to be here. The topic that was presented is pain. How do we deal with pain? First, I ask, what is pain? What is pain for you? And each of us have one definition of what pain is and what pain looks like. And how do we deal with that? And that is something that I have experienced myself, a lot of pain. And the experience pain, it helps you to grow. So I know each of us have at some point in time a painful memory or something that causes pain. And the result is, what did that pain do to you? How do you deal with that pain? How do you get over that pain and make that and turn that pain into something great? Because we know that there's a saying, no pain, no gain. And what do we gain by pain? For me, my own experience, my pain taught me to be stronger. It made me more aware of the things that I should and shouldn't do. It also helped me to understand that without pain, I would not discover or would not be able to discover a part of me that strive for success, part of me that want to create more. The other part of you, the opposite of pain, again, the part of you that makes you want to strive. And I say, no, what? If this pain caused this, and I channel that energy, that pain, I can change that pain then into something to an alternative to, so the pain then becomes the result pain becomes an alternate you, the other version of you that strive for success, strive to go to the next level, that help you strive to the thing or the gain through the situation that you are in right now. Because when the pain occurs, you then gotta say, no, what, I am here. What caused this pain? Do I water this pain? And it can create doubt. That doubt leads to low self-esteem. It creates, you know what, this pain has me psychologically damaged. I cannot go further. I cannot evolve. I'm just here. You sit and you want to in pain and hurt and all the other emotions. And then that transcends to your family and friends. You just vex with the whole world because of one instant that pain caused you to suffer. And in suffering, it has a ripple effect. So what we do there with that pain, most of us take it and do the flip side. The flip side is, how can this pain then turn into gain? We look at what caused the pain. Scenario is simple. If you've got pain in your finances, if you had a job and you lost that job, income, what is the pain there? The pain is financial pain. We don't have income. As a result of not having income, what happens? We can't eat. We can't provide for our family. Our wives, our husbands, our children start to suffer. It starts to create emotional stress. We start to be bombarded with thoughts. Okay, you start to stress out. Okay, you don't have the money, how to get money. Then your wife, your children, oh, daddy want this, mommy want this. So it then creates an emotional roller coaster because of the financial pain. Then there's spiritual pain, there's emotional pain. So all these things start to happen. So then what do? We can either do things, we can stay in the pain and have the concept of losing everything, become frustrated. Then that might turn lead to suicide. We might give up, and the whole world suffers. Your world suffers because of one instant of financial pain. But then there's the flip side of that. You can take that pain, you lost your job, so you know what? Let me get a book to read. Let me get the 12 Universal Laws of Success to read. Let me get a book that can inspire me to learn how to take this negative financial deficit right now that I have and turn it into a success. So we equip ourselves with education. We start to read, we start to study. Um, excuse me, and by doing that, that pain knows we then start to channel that energy into a gain. We start to bounce back. We start to make little steps. All right. First of all, we start to create a strategy and a plan. How do I now take the financial stress here now? What do we do? We start looking for a job. First of all, the pain is finances. So I improve myself. I make myself more marketable. I make myself a lot more marketable out there in the world of work, in the world of business. I start to think on things that I am good at. There could be one thing you're good at. You lost a job, you realize, you know what? I can speak. So what do? Get the 12 Years of Laws of Success. I start to really connect with Dr. Harris, Dr. Herbert Harris, and he said, Dr. Harris, I want to teach you how to coach. So then what do? And he imparted in me then what happened? I start to build my self-confidence. So I start to grow and develop. And in doing that, I start to gain from the pain of the financial. So in me gaining now the knowledge and having a mentor there to go ahead, what happens? You then create an atmosphere around you of growth. So the pain then you start to gain because you're gaining in knowledge, you're also gaining in understanding, and you start to gain in how to be a better person because we are developing and we're growing along the road of life because we begin to understand that I am gaining. So every small gain, the connections, the small victories, you start to grow. And eventually you start to gain in life. You start to gain in your family, you start to gain back your self-esteem, you start to gain back your self-respect. You start to grow. And when you do that, then you can be able to transfer your growth to someone else. You can also bring someone else along. So when you turn the pain again, you not only gain, but you also assist others in gain. You start to realize that there's a tribe and a community out there of like-minded people that want to gain, that want to grow, that want to develop. And then you can take them, bring your experiences together and pull them together. And then you start to grow. You start to grow. So I know each of us have a situation we had a situation in our lives that causes pain. And if we take a moment and think about of that situation that causes us some pain and how we got through it, we see that it was a journey. It was your self-will. It was the self-will of me saying, you know what? I got a choice. I can either stay here and die, or I can get watered and grow and blossom. And that's how we look at pain. That's how I look at that. So that is how I did it through my life. That's how I took the pain and turned it into who I am today. The things I've accomplished, being a coach, being a businessman, taking all the failures and the fears and pain in business and cultivating it into now to running a business that is being successful. And we apply that to each area of our lives. Any questions so far? We all gone to sleep? I put everybody to sleep? Wow.
No, we're here. We're here listening. Give us an example of tell us about the payment business. How did you turn that around?
Okay, the pain in business for me was having a business, I actually own a cleaning company, having a company and it was doing pretty well. It wasn't my idea to start it, but I started it and had up to 30 staff, 30 employees working around the clock, 24 hours a day. And over time, you start to grow, but then you lost everything. It took the business from success to failure. All the contracts, all the companies that you were dealing with closed down, and there was no way of income. You've been out there every day looking, but the results were always negative. Oh, they're not ready yet. So I took that and started to be creative. So I said, no, what if the one aspect of cleaning isn't working? I start looking at the other side because we clean windows, cars, drapes, towels, bathroom, clean all that stuff. So we start looking at what was needed in the market now. Look at the season, look at the Christmas season. So now at Christmas, people usually want the chairs and the windows clean. So they started to develop a strategy to just focus on those two. And then focus on those two, you start to build back up the resource and the financial because earlier in the year, there was nothing coming in because they pay on the financial, they'll be starting to create a drain on resources. So when then was November 2nd, we start to look at things that people want done. And you focus on the little things they want done, like again, I said, the church clean, and that one turned into two, that two turned into three. Then start to realize that, hey, this is the era to build back up. So you start to build back up your financial part from that side, and then you start to grow, improve on the service more, first of all. So that's why we have a reputation in our service part of our business because we provide a service that's second to none. And the pain from the people, and when we listen to customers, the thing is, a lot of people that does the area that I'm in, the industry I'm in, they don't do aftercare. They don't connect with their customers. And for us, connect with us has started to give us the gain. Does that answer your question? I'll that give you a bit of insight. That's the best way that I could explain it.
Absolutely. Thank you for that.
Any other
Great.
questions? I don't talk, I don't spend a lot of time. I'm like, my wife tell me I'm developing. I don't her say I'm keep developing. So my style is when I talk, I just ask questions and we have a discussion. I don't like a one way. I like to communicate. So any other questions?
Rodney, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, it's not just a matter of will, I think. It's a matter of having that spark of creativity, that being able to look around you and perceive something different, because you can get mired in well, this worked before, that worked before, but maybe the situation requires something totally different. And I think you demonstrated that by saying that, looking at a particular sector, a particular um, way of approaching an issue. But I think that it requires expansion, I guess is what I'm saying. You have to be able to expand your perception. Do you feel that that's something that is essential, or doesn't enter the picture at all?
You see, when we deal with pain, and I deal a lot, and I also start dealing with trauma. We also look at what causes the trauma, what causes the pain, because pain is a form of trauma. And it could be a sudden death too. Because when you have a sudden death and pain, is the people ask why? Why did the person die? Why did the person die at this time? Why now? They didn't get to say goodbye. So pain for some, so the trauma there or the pain there is not be able to say goodbye, not being able to have that last conversation with the person, not able to understand why. So the emotional effect of pain is multifaceted.
Yes, I think you're right. With me, I think of in particular my situation. I became widowed. My husband died of cancer. And it was on the back of COVID, coming out of that. So I had to a drop in income because I was a therapist, seeing people, and had to shift to doing things online, which I was already doing. But then I followed that by having to become a caretaker and finally be on my own and surrounded by all kinds of stuff once my husband was gone. And so grief was, you're not only dealing with grief, whether it be loss of a job, loss of a spouse, loss of a pet, grief is grief. And trying to be able to see clearly. And this is where I guess where I'm getting at is being able to stand back from a situation enough to be able to see a different path. And I think that was where people get hung up, I believe.
But you see, when you deal with pain and the psychological and the effects of pain, majority you have to do stand back and ask yourself the question. And is more majority of the time is you yourself as the individual asking yourself the hard questions. Why, when, where, how? What causes me this pain? If it's finances, is what causes financial pain. If it's a relationship, and if most relationships, when there's a breakup, it's always very painful to ask yourself, okay, what did I do something? A majority we look at ourselves and say, did I do something? Was I the cause of the breakup? Was I the cause of this? And majority is be like, this you evaluate. So when we are in pain, something we usually have to evaluate ourselves a lot to see if we are the cause, and if we're the cause, how do we adjust? And it's much more easier to adjust if in financial pain is the easiest way to adjust because you can also create a remedy, a formula, and a system to get out of financial pain. But when it's emotional and spiritual pain and the other types of pain that is there, it's harder. It takes long. It takes you yourself as an individual having that determination and that self-will to go to turn that pain into gain. And we always gotta look at what am I going to gain? And we all ourselves questions is like here is what do we gain? What do we hope to gain every Saturday morning? Because some of us come and we are in pain at the ears, and then by listening to someone else, what happens? We're able to gain an answer, gain a solution, gain a recipe how to go to the next level. And that is my most important thing is you yourself being able to identify something in you, a spark in you, something in you. Because if there's pain in all of you, there's got to be somewhere in there. There's be one thing that you can highlight and start to turn that pain into gain, into a benefit, into a success, into a story, into a lifestyle, into a way to help someone else. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
No problem.
Wow.
Rodney, I'd like to ask a little question there, Rodney. At the top of the call, you kind of mentioned that I guess Dawn maybe brought you out of your comfort zone. You probably
Correct. That is correct. That is correct.
So that's a little pain, right?
That is exactly. So see, there's a classic example. Pain for me was becoming speaking in front of people. That was my pain.
Right.
But after a while, that pain started to be my gain
Right. Exactly.
because of the fact that she put me on the spot in the before. In
Right.
small instances, I started to gain confidence. I started to gain how to speak. She's always looking at me. Look, she comes and signals, you need to slow down a little. You're going too fast. So the pain for me was actually getting out of the comfort zone to gain.
Right.
To gain a level of how to speak, gain a level of how to interact, gain interaction. So for me, it is a living example. Turning the pain of shining, the pain of no, what? How do you do that? That is that. No. Turning that. So for me, I live it. And I live it constantly because of who I'm married to. I'm married to a public speaker, one that can coach. She's all that, a bag of chips. Right?
Right.
So me now, like Dr. Harrison said, the power couple, I had to develop myself. So I had to take the pain of the insecurities that I carry, the insecurities of growing up, being shy, being a sportsman, but yet still not having confidence to be the best, taking that and channeling it now into gaining a reputation as a speaker, gaining a reputation among young men as a coach. So I had to take my own pain and channel it into development. And that's the key there, because we have to take the pain, we have to channel it to develop ourselves to be better. And Dr. Harris has have a very good book on that, the 12 different laws of success. Even we take that book, we learn it, and we grow, and we develop. Because with the pain there, you gotta be able to recognize and then find out the strategies how to develop yourself. Because the development is one of the most important things as an individual to get over the pain. Because if you don't find a formula to develop, you can't get over. It's like you're building a house. You have the plans there, everything's there, you have everything there. But how do we build the house? Have the concrete, the windows, everything. It's paining you to see the lot and the material there. It's paining you every day. That's your pain. But you don't have a system. You don't develop, okay, one, we have bought the lot, we got the draft money, architect draw, and we find the people, the recipe to go. With pain, you do the same thing. See the pain and say, okay, who can help me? First, I recognize in myself, I gotta help myself. I need help. Who do I go to help? Do I go to church? Do I find a group? Because the first time I recognizing that I need help, that I am in pain. That's why how to do. I recognize that I'm in pain of being left behind because I am not able to speak. I'm not able to communicate. I'm not able to launch out. And in doing that, I started to, you know what? Little steps. So right now, I go every Sunday to the jail at the youth prison as a chaplain, and I speak to those young men because I learned from my pain to gain and know to help to transfer to somebody to Greenbrook. Then I go with my son's cricket teams. I go those boys as their manager. So the pain I took now, I'm actually gaining there by being able to expose young men to development.
Right.
And then there's another program, Boys to Men program, that I go there. See, my coach is here now telling me to slow down a little bit.
You know, she helped you grow, and
And
you
she still helped me grow.
and everybody else, and that helps everybody else grow.
Exactly, she still helped me grow. Okay, so does that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Wow. Wow, Jackie.
Over time.
Good morning. Oh, I'm off. Okay. Good morning and happy Saturday. I'm grateful to be here in the room. I missed y'all last week. I wasn't able to be here. And I missed the beginning. And so I just everything makes me think of a song. I'm not going to sing the song, just a couple of bars of it, right? But this is a song that I listen to in the mornings. It's called a gospel what is it called? It's a gospel workout kind of playlist. But this one it says, God be showing out. He don't play about me. He turned my worry into worship, turned my pain into purpose. So I'm gonna stop right there. So because that song came to mind as I was listening to you speak, and oh my God, ask for help When the student is ready, the teacher will appear, and God is in me, right? So I have to pray and move my feet. I don't just, ask for something and then I have work to do to make it happen. So bringing that back to my personal situation, I was in so much pain 2 years ago with arthritis and colitis, and I was on this merry-go-round with the doctors. I felt like they was using me as a guinea pig, try this, try that. Nothing was helping, and it was creating more conditions, and I was in more pain. And so I made a decision that I need to do something different and get off of this merry-go-round of they prescribe me this, and then from the side effects from that, then they have to prescribe me something else. Y'all know how it go. So me and God, got together, and the help came. And then I learned another way to heal myself with food. And today, 2 years later, I'm no longer on any medications. Okay. I take things like, CMOS and D3 and K2 and B12, and I eat well, mostly fresh, real food. And I'm in the kitchen every day making stuff from scratch. And I'm loving my cooperation, if you will, with God to bring about my own healing. I feel amazing. I don't have on no makeup and no filters. I'm going to be 64 in September. Okay. I do yoga and I do Pilates and Tai Chi and aquatic aerobics. And, I'm like, bless God, so grateful, that the help came, and my healing is real, you know what I mean? And I wish I could get my husband to come on board, because he's diabetic with high blood pressure and gout, and he's got to go the end of March for a hip replacement. And I'm like, babe, if you just, he's so stubborn. He don't want to change. No, I'm not giving up my meat. And I'm like, I don't eat meat. I don't eat dairy. I don't eat sugar. I don't eat gluten. I don't eat soy, but I eat well. I have wonderful meals, and I'm learning how to honor my body and listen to my body. And it's just wonderful. But that
Right.
pain was turned into purpose. You know what I mean? And that's
Correct.
that's what I got
Correct.
from listening to you. It's
Correct.
not really a question I have to ask. I just wanted
Right.
to add to the conversation. Like, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
And I just want to also give a praise report. Dr. Herbert Harris, I love you. Uh, and as of yesterday, I set my goals, and I said by the end of February, sister, I don't know if some of y'all might have seen this. I'm going to change this real quick.
Mhm.
So, yeah. So, sister, solutions for innovative sound technology applications, and I made the logo myself with AI, is now officially a registered DBA.
Wow.
And yes, so very excited about that. And we just did last night, we had a Black History program, and the proceeds were it was a fundraiser for the Underground Railroad Education Center in Albany, New York. And it was an amazing, amazing event. And I did this, I ran the sound, I designed and ran the sound for that show. And I had like two people coming up to me yesterday asking, so I got more business coming already, it's already done. And yeah, I was in financial pain, and I said I got to do something different. And my book is almost complete. So,
Yeah.
and I got to call you and talk to you about that. But, life is wonderful. I have no complaints, just praise to God and to people like you, Dr. Harris, and like-minded individuals who come on these calls, and I just get so much from everyone. I love you all, and I'm gonna shut up now and somebody else can
Thank you, Jackie. Wow, thank
Dr.
you.
Harris, before we close off and go to the other part, I just want to play 1 minute, 60 seconds of this song here that I had here that
Okay.
speaks about going through the pain and what can happen with the pain. Just 60 seconds. It's not
All right.
and then you can switch over to have the general discussion.
Okay, I need to give you the share the screen.
No, I think Dawn should be able to pull up the
Dawn,
song.
okay, all right, that's
Yes.
right. Dawn's running
Coach,
stuff. I'm just
yes.
here. Go ahead.
You got it. Let me see if she has it there. She says she's not phone it yet. So any more questions before we go to that? Before we switch
But
over?
Katie had her hand up. Katie Augustine.
I was gonna say it's hard to follow Jackie. Awesome. Congratulations, Jackie. We're so just grateful for you and proud of you. So Rodney, I just wanted to really thank you for reminding me and all of us of this idea of, some of the pain, maybe is self-created, but a lot of it is is just, it's just life. Life happens, right? And if we're alive, we're gonna go through those losses and different things. And a lot of it is, how we're willing to work with it on the other end. And I think your message is really beautiful about that, like taking the pain and turning it into power and grace and whatever else it helps to build us. So I just wanted to really thank you more than a question and say a really good reminder. And it's helpful for me because I know, my first inclination is like, let's avoid it. So I really appreciate the reminder that you can actually alchemize and turn it into something really good. Thanks, Rodney.
Thank you, Katie. As you were sharing that, I was thinking, my message next week, as a matter of fact, is called, I'm going to reframe it. The theoretical message is the obstacle is the way. The obstacle is the way. And so the pain is how to get the gain. Without the pain, there's no gain. In our church, we used to say, you can't have a testimony without a test. So the pain is often the test to get the testimony. Here we go. You have to share the sound. Okay, while we're doing that, why don't I close out? Because this time
Thank you to every voice that doubted me. Thank you to every hand that tried to cancel me. Thank you to every prayer that hoped I would drown in the fight. You thought the season was over. You thought I was finished. You thought I would never matter again. Now I have a seat at the table that the Lord has prepared. Let us dine at the table of the resurrection. Let every demon that celebrated my fall hear this declaration. I'm coming back. They thought I was finished. They counted me out. They tried to bury the promise, but I'm still breathing. I'm still standing. They prayed I would drown in the weight of the world, but the pressure didn't kill me. It forged something more. I was tested, I was crushed, but not destroyed. If I'm still standing, this God made us. I came back with wings bigger and stronger. Every lie spoken over me, every grave they dug for me. Heaven heard my name, and the stone is rolling free. I'm coming, I'm broken for every thought. I'm coming with power, with heaven moving when I'm
All right. Wow. I love that piece. I love that piece. We got to feature that. You got to share that with us, Rodney. We got to feature that. That's a powerful piece. Well, let me do this. Let me close out. We let our live broadcast continue today because it was such a lively and such a rich discussion. Let me close out on YouTube and let them know. Thank you so much for being with us on YouTube, for sharing this moment with us. Rodney, we give you great thank you, great honor to turn pain into power. Each and every one of us has experienced pain. Each and every one of us has had those times when we just thought we couldn't go another round, couldn't go another step. And your message today was no matter what it is, it's the pain is the way. So you can't have a testimony without a test. The pain is the power to help you grow. If you're in pain, it's a signal. It's like when we go to the doctor, we're in pain, we want to be healed. But so much of that pain is internal, and when we have it, it's saying we got to be healed. But there's a great scripture that says, physician, heal thyself. And so when you have that pain, your first healer is you. And I love what you were saying, Rodney, about how you recast, rephrased, took another look at a different perspective of whatever was going on so that you could get past that pain to the power of who you really are. So thank you so much. Those of you on YouTube, thanks for joining us this morning. Please share this broadcast. Listen to it. There's so many nuggets in it. Be sure to visit our website, herbertharris.com, www.herbertharris.com, and schedule a success interview, a life interview, so we can talk and determine the next steps in your life to help you be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and have anything you desire, always knowing that the best is yet to come. And so it is.